So there's a very particular kind of loneliness that comes with being a soft, feminine, beautiful woman. People love being around you. Yeah, they love your glow, your warmth, and your presence, and your softness, mainly because you're the friend who just makes the room feel lighter just by existing in it. You're the one who they want in the group photos, in their group chats, their celebrations, in their aesthetic. But here's the part that nobody says out loud. They want the benefits of you without the responsibility of being close to you. Because being close to you requires emotional maturity, it requires consistency, it requires them to actually care about you and to be honest with what they want out of the friendship. And most importantly, it requires them to do the one thing that people fear the most, to show up for a woman who already shines on her own. People want proximity to your beauty, your peace, your femininity, your softness, but they don't always want the accountability of being someone who treats you with the softness that you extend to others. That's where gaslighting begins. When your softness meets their emotional inconsistency, they rewrite the story so that you look like the problem. When your needs ask them to stretch, they shrink and then blame you for the discomfort. When your intuition catches just something off between you all, they will tell you that you're imagining it. It's not real because addressing it would require them to grow. So now your feelings are minimized. And your perception that is real to you gets twisted. And the softness that everyone grew to love now is being used against you. Because you're being told that you're sensitive simply because you're asking people to be sincere with you. So pretty girls get gaslit into friendships because people want the glow, but they don't want the maintenance of you. They want you to be around them, but they don't want you to be too deep while you're there. They want you around because it's aesthetically pleasing, but they don't want the emotional cost of what it takes to actually know who you are as a person. Your softness becomes a mirror, and mirrors make people confront what they're not ready to see. Pretty women are often placed in emotional roles that they never asked for. People assume you're sturdy, they assume that you're resilient and that you don't break. So when the day comes that you do decide to speak up about something that hurt you, it contradicts the version of you that everyone is comfortable with. Gaslighting thrives in those kind of contradictions. It operates best when you are punished for moments that don't match the identity that others projected onto you. For example, you'll tell your girl that, oh, this bothered you. And instead of getting empathy, you get interrogation. And then suddenly the spotlight turns on you. And your tone is questioned. Your intention of why you even brought that up is questioned. And your interpretation of what happened is questioned. Because if they validate your hurt, then that means that they have to confront their behavior, which they don't want to do. And accountability feels heavier to people who have spent their entire lives avoiding it. Your beauty becomes a shield for them, not for you. It becomes the excuse that they use to justify dismissing you. The logic becomes, oh, you're beautiful, so you shouldn't be upset. You're beautiful, so you have no reason to be insecure. You're beautiful, so I don't understand why something so small is even bothering you. But beauty does not negate humanity. Being pretty doesn't mean that your heart is bulletproof. And here's what most people never say out loud. Pretty women are easy to gaslight because people expect them to suck up emotional pain like it's nothing. You're the strong one. You're the confident one. You're the one who never needs help. And that stereotype becomes the weapon that's used against you. When you finally need support, people panic because if the strong friend feels something, then everyone else has to face what they caused. And most friendships are not built with enough emotional maturity to handle that. So instead of accountability, they offer distortion. They don't offer you care, they offer you confusion instead. And instead of trying to repair the friendship, they offer a revision. They tell you what is actually wrong about the situation versus the truth. And your truth becomes the sacrifice that protects their image. You learn to stop trusting the inner intuition that you have, but that intuition is not wrong. Your body is literally recognizing the disrespect faster than your mind is allowed to process it. The real healing begins when you stop trying to convince people who benefit from not understanding you. Gaslighting ends the moment that you decide that your reality does not require them to approve it. So, babe, your healing is not loud, it's quiet, it's consistent. It's like learning to walk again after carrying weight that wasn't yours. It's choosing to believe yourself before believing the version of yourself that others created. You build your inner voice by listening to the parts of you that whispered truth even when no one else could hear it. You could. And because of that, now you're able to relearn emotional safety by surrounding yourself with people who don't need a debate team to understand your feelings. You deserve friendships that don't weaponize how vulnerable you are because that's such a beautiful thing. And honestly, it's a gift. Being pretty or being soft and feminine and conventionally attractive, it doesn't mean that you're invulnerable. It means that you're a human that the world expects to perform perfection. And that performance is exactly what gaslighting tries to enforce. But you are allowed to outgrow the friendships, the relationships, the people in your life that have kept you silent about this. You are allowed to believe your own story without editing it for palatability. And if you needed a reminder, girl, you can walk away from those people who only love you when your truth is quiet and when you're just a pretty face in their circle. There is a version of you on the other side of this who trusts herself deeply, who no longer questions her emotions when people who are around her who claim to love her hurt her deeply. The woman who no longer dilutes her feelings to avoid conflict and no longer fears her inner intuition. And I'm here to tell you that she is waiting on you. The Pretty Girl's Guide to Surviving Friendship is the healing manual every woman needs after years of being told she was too sensitive, too dramatic, or literally just imagining it. Because inside, you will learn so many steps on how to identify gaslighting, soothe your nervous system after emotional confusion, and how to build friendships where your truth is respected instead of rewritten. So go to my bio or comment connect below to get your copy today. Because, girl, I'm here to tell you that your reality deserves to be heard and not negotiated. As always, ladies, please remember to protect your pretty.